Well, hello there. Hey, it's Kirk Duncan. Welcome to our webinar here this morning. And I just want to do a little bit of a mic check here at the very beginning. Will you say something in the chat box over here and just tell me that you can hear me clear from Utah? How is everybody doing out there, right? Woohoo! All right, well, this morning is going to be fantastic. We are going to dig in. We're going to dig in and go, what? $150 an hour? What does this mean? What is this all about, right? What is this? Well, I've got some great training here planned for you today, and you're going to be so glad that you showed up here this morning. You're going to be so glad. So my name is Kirk Duncan, and I have been teaching and training people for a long time, and I love this. So I stayed up forever last night getting this ready for you, and I have worked it, and I've narrowed it down to these steps right here that we're going to cover here in this webinar, and we will get through all this during this time. Now, I more than likely have put too much into this. There's a really good, really good possibility I put too much in here, which is all right, right? That's all right. I'll just jam it in, right? So if you're game for this and you want everything I prepared, say something in the chat box. Just tell me that I should give it all to you or just go down to the bare bones, because I can do a shortcut, because I can skip slides if you want me to and shorten it up. Or everything I stayed up till 1 o'clock putting together for you, you're going to receive it, right? Okay, so go for it. Everything. Katie says everything. Peter says everything. What? All right, here we go. Okay, April and Jeanette. Well, good morning to all of you. Super good to see you. Hi, Greg. Okay, so we got to start. We got to put this in order, right? So what is life coaching? How do you earn $150 an hour? And how do you help other people solve problems? That's what I put in my emails out to you. So I'm going to answer those questions for you in a lot of great detail. So here we go. And as we go through this, I'll keep us updated where we're at and what we're talking about next. Cool? All right, cool. Here we go. So let's check this out. First, I just want to say I'm so grateful for the experiences that I've gone through in my life that have taught me what I know. I have been doing this for over 16 years and doing seminars, webinars, keynote speaking, created many programs, over 40 programs. We now have a global audience. I am just shocked at the number of people outside the United States who listen in to what I have to share. And never in a million years would I have thought that I could be talking to people all over the world. It's crazy. It's so awesome. I mean, from Australia and from Europe and from Asia and from all over the place, South America. Just amazing how the technology today helps us as a world connect. Growing up, I never thought this was ever possible. Well, I love what I do. We've got over 18,000 hours experience, delivered a lot of presentations, over 6,000 presentations, and I love giving scholarships out. In fact, today, I'm thinking I had to give a couple scholarships out for a monthly program I have. So I don't know. You stay here till the end. I'm going to look in the chat box and start picking some names and giving some scholarships. So we'll do that at the end, right? Don't you think so? Tell me. I think so. I think we should do some scholarships here today. Okay. So I love being on TV, but I got to tell you this. The last bullet point there at the bottom is the fact that from Kirk and Kim Duncan and from 3 Key Elements, you're not going to get foul language and garbage stories in your head. This is family approved. This is just real talk. It's good, clean. I'm not going to pollute your brain. And so glad we do it that way, because I've been to trainings before and it's like, what? I got to go wash my brain after this. It's like, are you serious? How come I have to go wash my brain? Well, I love the fact that my wife and I have been able to do this together. We have been on many stages together, teaching and training, and that has just been amazing for our marriage. Really tough, but worth it. I just watched my wife grow and develop. It's just been amazing. And both of us in the very beginning were very scared. 16 years ago when we started, we really were starting out just wanting to help people. And then the second part was, I wonder if we could buy groceries. Those are the two things. I want to help people. I really do. But I hope I can buy groceries and pay for my house payment. Because I want to do this full time. I want to do this full time. I want to like fully dive in and help people, like full on. But also, I need to pay for my groceries and pay for my house payment. And I'd like to go out to dinner one time every once in a while, And so it's like, how do I do both and feel good about that? Like, is that okay? Can I do that? Is that okay? Well, as Kim and I have wrestled with that for the first 16 years ago, when we wrestled with that, we finally woke up to the fact that this is okay. Many people have occupations where they get paid for what they do. I go to a chiropractor. He gets paid for what he does. And then that money buys him groceries and pays for his house payment and gas for his car. Chiropractors get paid for what they do. Dentists get paid for what they do. The lawn care people get paid for what they do. The farmers who grow crops get paid for what they do. Teachers in school get paid for what they do. So why could I not be paid for what I do? Well, that makes sense. And so then began our journey of like, let's teach people and let's help people all over the place. So I love the fact that I get a chance to work with my sweetheart and to be able to practice and use my gifts and talents as I go to help other people. Now, you're going to see this happen every once in a while. I'm going to have to like adjust my hold on just a second. My thing got stuck here just for a second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Had to switch that. It's like, okay, stick in there, hang in there, slide right here. Okay, so the cool part is I also got a chance to be on TV a lot, and that was fantastic. I don't know if you've ever wanted to be on TV, but it was a blast. And here's a couple of the clips or just screenshots of some of the times that we were on TV. And what's fun about being on TV is I get to teach people in all kinds of places. And this has helped me be able to strengthen my skill and to be able to improve what I do. And so not only just close at home, like inviting people into my home and teaching them for a couple days or a large event and teaching them there, but it's helped me hone my skills. Because I can't just say whatever and think that that's good enough. I got to get good at what I'm doing if I'm going to be on TV and if I'm going to have people close, right? I better get good at what I do. If I'm going to be asking for somebody to pay me, I better deliver something of value to that person. And that's where I think many people need to really check in is like, hey, are you delivering value? And so as I've done this over the last 16 years, I've found what is valuable and what matters and what works. And so I'm going to start out and just help you with this. Okay, so here we go. So throughout this presentation, this is going to indicate a person. Pretty simple symbol, but I just want to walk through my symbols here and help you understand what I'm going to be showing you here today. So that's going to represent either you or the person you are coaching. So that's the person. Another symbol I'll be using a lot is a star. And that could represent meaning a goal or a possibility, an intention or a wish, but I'll be using a star. And then I'll be using this arrow, and that's the direction that this person is heading, or it might explain effort that the person is putting forward. Then when I put them together like this, where we have a star, an arrow, and a person, this shows that this person is going this direction with effort, and they want to accomplish this, whatever it is, or whatever it might be for you, or for the person you're actually hoping to help. This little star that's on the left side of the person resembles where the person has been, And this is the direction the person wants to go. So this might be a current job, but this is the career that they really want. This might be where the marriage is, but this is what they really want to have happen in their marriage. Or maybe this is their weight, and this is the weight they really want to be at. Or this is the financial income they have, and this is the financial income they want to have. So this is the past. This is the future. This is here. This is the person. This is their effort and direction. So as I go to coach you today and talk to you about this, I'll be using these symbols throughout this experience and to be able to tell a story and be able to show you how to earn $150 an hour. And hopefully I can help you do that. Hopefully. I really do. I really hope that this is not just a one-time meeting like you and I are just meeting on the sidewalk. I really do hope that we could, in some way or another, have a continuation of connection, because I got a lot more I'd like to share with you. That would be cool. Or maybe I could come over for breakfast. Okay, let me just ask. I'm always curious. Could I come over for breakfast? Would that be an option? Let me just ask. Would that be an option? Can I come over? Would that be weird? Me just knock on your door and I'm in my hoodie and my shorts and say, hey, what's for breakfast? And then we sit at the kitchen table and talk. I always think that would be so fun. Just show up to your house and, well, I'd let you know I was coming, because that'd be kind of weird if I just showed up and surprised you. But is there anybody? Can I come over? Oh, I got an absolutely. Are you serious? What? Okay, I better take a screenshot of these names right here and say, okay, I better call you. Now, no, I'm pretty easy for breakfast. I mean, it's like, what, a little bit of bacon, maybe a waffle, but we got to have gluten-free waffles. And if you don't have gluten-free flour, I could bring that. I could do that. I could do that. And we don't really have to have bacon. Or you know what I could do? I could bring over my juicer, and I could bring carrots, green apple, and some ginger. Oh, that is so good. In fact, right after this webinar, I'm going downstairs to have myself carrot, green apple, and ginger drink. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I almost want to go get that right now. Okay, back to the training. So I'm seeing it. There's lots of options here where I could go to breakfast. That would be so stinking fun. I got to tell Kim I'm going to do that sometime. Say, hey, what's for breakfast? Now, I might have to do like a couple little selfie videos with you and me at your kitchen table. You know what? I'm actually starting to think, okay, focus. Okay, back to this. So, thank you for the invites. I'm reading it. I see it. I see you, Esther. I see you, Patrick. I see you, Jill. Oh, bring Kim. I like that. Bring Kim. Well, what if it was just me? Is that still okay? So fun. I thank you for the invite. And it would be really fun. Okay, so we're talking about this, right? We're every one of us. This is me, this is you, this is the other person. We all have something that we've experienced and we currently have. Like we have this, right? Like, okay, we got this, but we also see potential. We do. We can see potential. Before a person gets to hopeless, they saw potential. Every single one of us knows that there's potential for something more refined, something different. We know it. We are creatures of creation. And when it's like that, we know we can organize things in a better way. And we like that. We look for that. So let me go on with this. So as we look at what this could be, it could be a lot of different things. It could be safety, things to be better, efficient, be healthy, advanced, be balanced, want a better connection, want progress. So the star here in this description, and when I go throughout this presentation, it could be anything. But just so you know, inside the human being, we do really crave and really want things to be good. We really do. We do. There's that side to all of us. We want it to be better. Okay. So as we talk about this, there's also some obstacles that are common that people bring up. Now I'm helping you here to understand, like, what is life coaching? That's the piece that we're on right now. So what we're doing is as being teachers and helping people and coaching people is that people want this. They want to go here, but what happens is there's some very common challenges that people face. Now, in my over 6,000 presentations and talking to audiences of 500 to 1,000 people, I hear a lot, a lot what happens all over the world. Now, one of the big obstacles that gets between a person and where they're going is somebody else. Somebody else, they will say, this is they, you know what? I'm going to just start talking to it like it's you. What you would say, one of the options is you could say, oh, this person is in my way of getting to where I want to go. And so people can be an obstacle in where they're going. Another thing that can happen is something in the past has this person all locked up and they can't move forward. Like they're very restricted because of some thinking, some past experiences. But that's another thing that happens that you'll find as you go to help others and serve others, is that you'll see that some people can't really move forward because they have something holding them back from the past. So we've got people, we've got the past. Here's something else you'll run into is people will say, I feel stuck. They feel stuck. Something's up. They don't know how to explain it. So they just use the word stuck. Stuck is a universal term to say something's not quite functioning well inside me. That's why I can't move forward. Stuck is a universal word to describe an inside experience. They don't know what it is, so they just use the word stuck because they try and they can't. So that's something you run into as a coach. Oh, another common one is people will say, oh, I'm trying to move forward and I'm up against a wall. And they're like, I just feel totally stopped. There's a wall. That's common. I hear that one a lot too. And then you could get a combination of things. I feel stuck and I'm up against the wall. So it'd look like this. Okay, I'm up against the wall and I'm stuck. I was like, whoa, that's like a couple different things going on. So as you go to serve people, teach people, help people, coach people, you're going to hear the same terminology that I hear. The same things. Now, I've been hearing this for 16 years. Now, of course, I have figured out how to help a person get through all these things. Because that's what I do as I coach. So what's that worth to you? That's a good question. What is that worth to you? Wow, that's something to think about. Because, like, what if you could get through that wall and get where you wanted? What's that worth? Right? Whoa, let's go back to this one. What if you did get unstuck and you could make it? What? Oh, what? Whoa, what if you could unlock this and get free of that and make it? What is that worth? Is it worth $150? What if the goal over here was $10,000? What if this person wanted to earn $10,000 a month, but they're all locked up from their past and they don't know what's wrong with them and they feel like they can't move? What if in an hour they could learn what to do and it broke them free and they could make 10,000? What? That makes it worth $150 for an hour, or maybe 2 hours for, 2 different hours for $150 for each hour. You see, as a coach, what I could teach you how to do, I could teach you how to unlock somebody's past so that person could move forward. Because I've been doing this for 16 years. I could teach you how to help people become unstuck and they make it? Would somebody pay $150 an hour to be able to accomplish this, to be able to build their dream home, have the job they've always wanted, start the business they've always wanted to do, finish the book that they started writing, let go of that last 30 pounds, heal that marriage, build that relationship between them and their child? Is it worth it? Well, I guess it really depends on how intense being stuck is, right? I guess it matters how much this is worth it to them to get over here. Now, to some people, they don't care that they're stuck. But to other people, oh my goodness, they're like, you can help me get unstuck. And it's like, yeah. And it's like, oh, tell me, what do I do? And they will invest into training and coaching that will move them. They're more than happy to pay for that. More than happy. They will do it. But there are people out there, and you'll run into them too, that are do-it-yourselfers. That they just won't hire somebody else. They won't. They're going to keep trying to figure out how to do it themselves. And they're okay spending time. Because that's what do-it-yourselfers is. It's like spend time learning and spend time going through your own mistakes. So some people are do-it-yourselfers and they're just going to go figure it out. They're going to spend time and they're going to spend money because they have it to do that. That's okay. They can do that. But there's a lot of people out there who don't have time to go through all the issues and the problems and the challenges, and they want direct training. What exactly do I do? I've been up against this wall for a long time. I want to get on the other side of that wall now. Those people is who we're looking for. You and I are looking for those people who are ready to make a big change in a short amount of time. Now, you can't guarantee that, but you can watch people make big changes and be like, wow, this is possible. This is amazing. This is amazing. And so all these different scenarios, if a person has been stuck in their past for years and they finally are fed up with it and they don't know what to do, they're going to turn to a coach. They're going to turn to a mentor. They're going to turn to people and say, help, I don't know what to do. They're going to turn to them. And today, more and more people are turning to coaches and mentors than never before on this planet because everybody's issues are coming to the top. Lots of emotional challenges, a lot of mental challenges, a lot of people challenges. They don't know what to do. So they're looking for help. And I'm glad I know how to help them. And if you've ever wanted to know how to help people like this, I can teach you. I can train you. I could show you how to do this and save you a lot of time. I've spent 16 years figuring this out. And I've spent, I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, but between Kim and I, we've spent over $500,000 on personal development. Oh, man. Did I just tell you that? We've invested over $500,000 of personal development. Who does that? That is nuts. That is crazy. We spent $500,000 in training. That's just crazy, ridiculous. I know. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. But you ought to ask me the question, what has it produced? I'll tell you right now, a lot more than $500,000. I definitely have gotten a return on my investment, and I've invested in myself more than I ever thought I ever would. And all that training and all that experience has taught me so much. And I've gotten massive return personally from my own personal success, my own marriage, my own spirituality, my own business, my own education, everything. I've really stacked it up inside me in a great way. Yeah, and then here we're talking, and I want to come over for breakfast. I want to come help. I want to talk. I want to play. I want to help you. I want to help you help other people. What? I know, crazy, right? So super cool. And the cool thing is, everything I've learned about this, everything I've learned about how to help people get through being stuck, everything I've learned about helping people get through the wall, everything I've learned, when I die, I take it with me. I know. When I die, all this education goes with me. I'm not going to leave it here when I die. So hopefully I can be of good help in heaven. Hopefully I can help out over there. So if somebody's stuck or up against a wall on the other side, maybe they're stuck in hell. Maybe that's where they're at. Maybe they're down there in devil ground and they're in the devil's place. And I need to go down there and teach them. I need to get them out of there. Maybe that's what I'm going to be doing after I die. I'll be over there teaching. I know for sure I'll be teaching. No question there. I hear that teachers on the other side are in high demand. So I'm going to help people here get through the wall and get unstuck. And I'm sure after I die, I'll be doing the same thing. So I know what I've invested in is super smart, to invest in my own intelligence and to invest in what matters. Because we have teenagers today, who are stuck. We have teenagers who are up against the wall. We have children that are stuck. We have men who are up against the wall. We have marriages that are stuck. We have entrepreneurs who are stuck. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We got moms and dads who are stuck and up against the wall, and they're trying to live their life to the fullest, but they don't understand what's wrong, and they need help. And sure, they've been to school. They're adults, but they didn't learn how to problem solve. They didn't learn where problems come from, which I'll show you today. We got teenagers who can't figure out themselves. We have way too many suicides happening. Any suicide is way too many. Way too many suicides. Way too many divorces. Way too many people checking out and going numb. This world has problems. Really, really big problems. And they don't know how to solve them. Even with all the coaches there are right now in this world, there is not enough well-trained coaches to help. There's not enough. There's a lot of friends who can listen, but they don't know how to fix what's going on. They don't know what to do. They don't know where the problem really is. They just put a bunch of Band-Aids on it. They don't know how to address where the wound really is, what's really in there. And there's a lot of people walking around with mental infection, emotional infection. Do you agree? Do you see it? Do you see the infection? Do you see people checking out? Do you see people be turning into zombies because they just get on their phone or they get on the internet and they just go numb? They escape from the world. They don't know how to face their spouse. They don't know how to face their kids. They don't know how to face business. They don't know how to face life. They don't know what to do. And that's why we see families crumbling, entrepreneurs crumbling, our country crumbling. Because us, the people, we're just all about feeling good, but we have no idea how to get there. So to me, there's a really big problem that still has not been solved. I don't care about all the global trainers out there in the world. They're not getting to everybody. All I have to do is go through my neighborhood and go to church on Sunday and see people who have challenges. I go to the store. I see people with challenges. You can see it on their face. You can see it on their face. You can hear it in their voice. They're struggling and they don't know who to ask for help. Because there's people who could help, but they're scared to help. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're scared to help because you don't know what to do. Maybe you feel the calling because God's calling a lot of people right now to step up and go help. But they're like, I don't know what to teach. And then here you are. You and me are talking. Wow, right? So this is not just about getting gain. It's about sanity. It's about staying alive. It's about having a good marriage and a good family and getting along with people and dealing with tough people. So that's what I do as I coach people how to find balance, how to believe in themselves, how to activate their mind to get through the wall and to get out of being stuck and unlock themselves from their past. That's what I do. And that's what we're going to hopefully do a good scratch of the surface here as we're talking today. But I just want you to know my passion, my vision here, what I do. And I just want you to know if you did decide to get into being a full-time coach, you're greatly needed. The world is not saturated with coaches. Oh, man. If it was, we'd be solving the world problems, but we're not. So there's obviously not enough well-trained, skilled, and driven coaches, life coaches in this world. There's not. Because if I got people from other countries reaching out to me, it's like, wait, how come they don't have somebody right next door to them? Because they can't find them. They can't find them. Wow, right? Whoa. Okay, so people, this is the biggest question I see people have about themselves is what's wrong with me? They have all these other ones, and I wonder this. Why do people quit? Why do they give up? Why do they lose motivation? Why do they get burnt out? Why do they stop trying? Why do they stop caring? Why can't I move forward? It's because on the inside, they're always wondering, what's wrong with me? But guess what? They have no idea what to do. They don't know. The only thing they know how to do is either check out or just go work harder. That's all they know how to do. It's sad. It really is. It's really sad. When you get down to the root of why we're having this conversation today, it's because it's sad. What happened to the school system? What happened? How come people are in such a mess right now? What happened? Okay, so as people try to do it themselves and they try to figure it out, they just miss. This is what they want, but this is what happens. So we show up, you and I, you show up, and you open your mouth and say, hey, I can tell something's up. Do you need some help? Oh, I'm good. And you're like, no, let's talk. I'm more savvy than that. I can see something's up. And then you get involved. But then you'll hopefully stick with your education and learning how to be a fantastic helper, coach, facilitator, and you'll give them this. Then you'll show them, hey, I know where we need to start. Let's get your life organized because you are not mentally and emotionally organized. You're not. We need to get you organized mentally, emotionally, socially, financially. Let's get you organized in one way or another. Let's get you straightened out so you can be heading the right direction and that you feel good like, wow, I've got a plan how to do this. So that's what we do. That's what I hope you'll do because you're on this call with me today. I hope you'll go, wait a second, I could do that, Kirk? Yes, you could do this. If I could figure this out, and it took me a long time. I'm kind of slow, so it took me a long time to figure this out. But I've learned how to teach good people how to do this in a shorter amount of time. not watering anything down, but just how to do it in a short amount of time to be able to help somebody line out their life like this. And so they're not like that, because that creates frustration, disappointment, sadness. They start to give up. They start to wonder what's wrong with them. Okay, so you're getting that part. Now, here's something that's fascinating. This is what I've learned along the way. I listen to people give advice, and this is the number one bit of advice people give. Well, if you want good results, you're going to have to work hard. And that's good advice, but it's not all the advice. So that's like level 1 advice. Yeah, you just got to work hard. And you might hear your dad tell you that, or your grandpa or grandma tell you that, or somebody who's very inexperienced tell you, yeah, you just got to work hard. But I'm here to just open up your mind, pull back the curtain a bit and say, well, yeah, you got to have hard work, but also you got to have education. Now, that is probably what your parents told you. Hard work and education. So they're level 2 advice, right? Hard work and education. Oh, well, that's a lot better advice. That's going to save you. That'll help you make enough money, pay for your bills, help you manage your emotions, help you manage your mind, be able to work with people, solve everything. If you just get an education and hard work. If so, why are people who are in school depressed? Why are people who in school or graduate can't get a job? How come we have people who are in school who are single and they can't find somebody to date because they just feel socially awkward? That didn't help. This isn't everything, but it sure gets preached that these are the 2 things you need: hard work and an education. That'll get you where you want to go in life. No, it won't. No, it won't. We got to pull back the curtain and go, well, you got to add people skills. Don't forget that. Now, how many people will give this advice? Small amounts will give that advice. They think this is woo-woo. They think, oh, personalities. Oh, that's labeling people. So people totally diss on this. But they're over here pushing hard to try to make this work. And it's not, because they don't have the full thing. Now, this last one, oh, this is like, nobody talks about this. Nobody. I mean, I'm talking like nobody goes here. They don't go here like, what's going on in your head? They don't go here. No, this is where you start to tap into woo-woo, where people are like, oh, wait a minute. That's not going to affect anything. What's crazy about when you bring up what goes on inside someone's mind, it's like all of a sudden they think you're from a different planet, like you're a weirdo. And it's like, wait a minute, doesn't everything you do, hard work and education, come from what's going on in your mind? Doesn't it make sense you would want to pay attention to what's going on in that beautiful mind? Isn't what goes on inside people's minds what makes them do bad things or do good things? It's called thinking. But people think it's woo-woo. Oh my goodness. If I could, this is what I would do. If I could, I would do this. I would move this over here, because this is the multiplication factor. I would move that and be like, okay, people skills. Yep. Good. Hard work. Good. Yep. Hard work. But let's move mindset where it really needs to be. This is what multiplies what goes on. This is what dramatically hits everything that's going on, is mindset. It's what's going on inside people's minds. If they don't understand what's going on in their mind, they're not going to do stuff. I know smart people who are broke. I know people who know personalities who are struggling with their marriage. I know people who work hard, but they can't get anything done. They're like 90% finished, but they can't finish projects. So hard work is not the answer for everything. Education's not the answer for everything either. And people skills is not the answer for everything either. What I'm going to propose is that what goes on inside a person's mind needs to be the focus. And then you add these 3. This needs to be the focus. If I could go back and raise my kids differently, I would be a dad who would teach my children mindset. They would have better marriages. They would have better relationships with people. They would have higher levels of understanding, and all their hard work would finish projects and they would get a return on their investment. Now, my kids are still alive, so you better believe I teach them mindset. But boy, I tell you what, this is the advice that I would give. And notice that this one was clear over here on the back end when you talk to regular people. Do you agree? Do you think I'm weird? I don't know. Put a comment in the chat box. Tell me, am I weird? Am I off my rocker? Is this like, what? That's just like, what are you doing there, Kirk? What are you doing? That's just wanted you to know how I think. So tell me. So as a coach, this is what I do. I've had successes and I've had failures. And I teach people about my failures and I teach people about the successes. So it took me this long to get where I'm at, which then this person is going to get there in a shorter amount of time. That's what I love about helping people, is they get further in a shorter amount of time than I did. I think that is so awesome. I just love it. The amount of time it took me to accomplish something and somebody else can do it in like 2/3 the time, even half the time. Oh, I love doing that. I just love it. It just gives them a chance. It gives them a chance to accelerate their life because I've already made the mistakes. I've already figured out what works. And so then I like to do that. You could do the same thing. You have mistakes you've made. You've had things that work out well. That's called good advice. Your mistakes are an education to somebody else. Your successes are also an education to somebody else. You are smart because of your mistakes and because of what you've accomplished. That's something to write down. My mistakes are wisdom. My success is wisdom. You are smart even if you did something dumb because you can teach somebody else, don't do that. You could teach people, hey, here's 10 things you don't do in a marriage. People would listen. Hey, here's 10 things I would suggest doing in a marriage. People would listen. So wait a second. You're smart with all your dumb stuff you've done? And you're smart with all the things you've done? Yeah, when you really look at yourself, you got a lot of smarts because you could look at all the things you would never do again and teach people, hey, don't do this. Don't go this way. People would pay you for that advice. They would. They'd be like, oh, serious? Don't do that? Oh, you just saved me so much money. That's so cool about this. I love this. Oh, we could talk for days on this part. Okay, but I got to keep going. Okay, so what is a coach? So let's just narrow this down. What is a coach? A person who you trust, who defines what to pay attention to, how things work, what things mean, how to take action, and how things might turn out. That's what I love doing for people, right? And then coaching, accelerating the accomplishments of those that aspire and seek specific knowledge, experience, and action steps that will create their perfect end result. These are all my own definitions of what this is because I like defining, what I do. So simplified, a coaching is what to do, what not to do, and advice that works. That is just so cool. And if you're into this, if you're totally into this and you're like, I want to do this, I want to be like this, I want to figure this out, I want to know what you know, man, hang around me. Hang around me. Get involved, right? Get involved. Okay, cool. Now, life coaching is not always this, this fancy dancy, fancy pants thing. You can be very informal and be like the coolest coach ever and how you go to help people. You could be like a ninja coach, like nobody even knows. You could coach people and not charge money, right? You could be like, I don't have coaching programs. I just like to help people. You can be totally informal, but you are intentional. because you are listening and you're noticing, is this person locked up by their past? Are they stuck? Are they up against a wall? Is somebody in their way? And then you're helping them get through those. And that's fun. That's fun to be a ninja coach. I think that's fun. Okay, then you can be formal, where you actually develop a mentoring program, right? You have a start time, and end time. You take notes. There's diagrams. You create a mentee folder, a tracking process. I mean, that's pretty formal. This you could do for free, or you could start to add a tuition to it. There's nothing wrong with it. When I take my car down to the mechanic and I ask the mechanic to change out my water pump on my vehicle, then he's going to charge me labor. So as you coach, what you're doing is you are charging them labor and for your smarts. There's nothing wrong with asking for compensation for your time to help people and your smarts. There's nothing wrong with that. People all over the place do that. And all these businesses, a painter paints a painting and they offer it for sale. I was at the store yesterday and there's this big display of all these paintings and they were like $100, $200, $300. And it's like, wow, that person's getting paid for doing what they love. They're a painter. I was at an art show the other day and I saw these amazing things. That person was getting paid for what they do. They love. I know. And I've seen, other artists get paid. It's like, wait a minute, you look around, people are getting paid for what they do. So you helping somebody, you're asking for a tuition for your time and your smarts. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's not weird. Nothing wrong with it. Or you could become professional, where you actually have agreements. It's a financial investment. It's a big mentoring program. There's a workbook. There's empowerment techniques, let go techniques, emotional management techniques. This is what I love to raise people's potential up to. I mean, if you let me and you got into my world, I would want to help you become professional, but to be able to be formal and informal if needed. You could still be a ninja coach and coach people for free and they don't even know you're a life coach. Many people around me don't even know I'm a life coach because I like being a ninja coach. But I have the professional side where I have a very organized business and how I do this. And I coach people all over the world from my home. I don't travel. I work from home and I love it. Sure saves on gas and saves on renting an office and all that kind of stuff. Super cool. Okay, so here's some ways that you can coach people. You could share advice from personal experiences. You could teach or train from education you've learned along the way. You could learn techniques that would upgrade their life. You could learn techniques that would help them relieve frustration and disappointment from their past. You could also get trained on how to facilitate a pre-designed coaching program. So there's lots of different ways you can have education. If you don't know what to do, maybe you could find a coaching program you could learn how to teach. I have one of those. I have a coaching program you could teach. It's already all written. I could teach you how to teach that coaching program. That'd be cool, huh? Or if you want to learn techniques about emotional management, I could teach you those. You want to learn techniques about how to empower or upgrade and charge up their mind? Then I could teach you that too. So I could teach you from my experiences. I got a lot I could show you and help you with if you wanted to get a jump start. But these are ways to look at of different places you could come from for education. So again, it's your choice. If you think about this, and maybe this is too much to think about, maybe you need to start here and start working your way up. Maybe you need to start out with the belief that you could help people. Or maybe wait, I'm here, Kirk. I really want to be here, right? Maybe you're like, I want to go for it. I'm kind of on the line, Kirk. I'm on the line. Help me. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right off that you helping people, the fact that you showed up here to this webinar tells me you got it in you. You're as crazy as I am, which tells me you have potential. Okay, so let's move into how do you earn $150 an hour? Okay, let's go there. First, let's play with some math. Super fun to play with math. What if you wanted $10,000? And maybe you don't. It's fine if you don't. But I just want to play with math with you for a second. Look at all the different ways you can generate $10,000. You could help 10 people who pay you $1,000. You could help 20 people who pay you $500. You could help 50 people who pay $200. You could help 100 who pay you $100, or 200 people who pay you $50, or 400 people who pay you $25. So if you have a challenge with money and you just can't price your labor and your time and your smarts very high, like you don't feel like you know much, you could do a lower price. You could coach people for $25 an appointment. If you had 400 people on a training and they all paid you $25, you'd make $10,000 a month. And all you're charging is $25 for that coaching class. But if you're like totally fine with money, you could find 10 people. Believe me, they're out there. Lots of people out there with $1,000 who want advice to get them through the wall, get unstuck, get unlocked from their past, get past the people who have them stuck. They're willing to pay $1,000 to get past that because their goals are huge and they want to get through it. They'll pay $1,000. And that's 10 people. So it's like, I've worked with moms who wanted to make some extra cash. Okay. So there's a mom down in Arizona. And she wanted to make some extra cash. So I helped her come up with a coaching program, super simple. And I said, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to invite people to your house. Now, this is when people were going to people's houses, and invite people to your house and charge them $25 for a 2-hour coaching from you. But you're going to get like 10 people to come over for $25, and then tell them to bring some snacks. And then you could have a buffet table of snacks. So she then put it out there that for $25, people could show up and get coached by her on Saturday for 2 hours. And people are like, it's only $25? Yeah. And she had 15 people show up. 15 people. Now, let's do the math. So 15 times 25 is what? Let's all get our phones. Okay, I'm going to get my phone. And we've got 15 times 25 equals $375 she made on a Saturday from 10 to 12 o'clock. Where should I put this? And so she made $375 on a Saturday. Her kids are over at the friend's house playing, and she just made $375 helping people and coaching them. But wait, she decided to do that 2 times a month. 2 times a month. So it's like, okay, that's cool. So what just happened there? Okay, well then that just went from $375 one time a month times 2 equals what? Times 2 equals $750 in that month that she did not have before she did this. $750 of her own spending money. What? 2 times a month for 2 hours. So she had her 4 hours of delivery, of like teaching it, and she made $750. Now, I don't know about you, but $750 is $750. What? And that's only 2 times a month. That's only 2 times. So I do know that this person did bump it up to 4 times a month. And they did it for a short period of time. They just wanted some extra cash. So 4 times a month, that's 4 times 375. Whoops. 375 equals, let's do the math. 4 times 375. What? Oh, what? $1,500. And she stayed home. So what I'm showing you here is, if you don't have money, that's a mental challenge. Because you could be earning money and you are only asking for $25. Do you know how many times people waste $25? People go through the drive-thru and buy trash food for $25. They buy trash food for $25. And you're going to offer something good to help them? They'll pay $25. If you're going to help them with one of the problems I showed you, they're going to pay you $25. $1,500. I don't know about you, but if you got money issues and you don't have money, your mind is limited. It's really squished down. For $25, I'm not even talking 50, 100, 200, 500, or 1,000. I'm talking 15 people. Now, these days, you can do webinars. You don't even have to have people come over to your house. For $25 a person, 15 people on a webinar for $25, $375 for turning on your computer, teaching people, and then when you're done, you turned it off. And if you did that twice a month, $750. You did that each week, one time a week, you're at $1,500 that month for turning on your computer and talking to 15 people once a week for a month. $1,500. 15 people at $25. $25. Very, very low risk. I mean, if you bumped it up to $50, what would happen? Well, this would double. If you bumped it up to $50 for your time and your labor in teaching people for 2 hours, once a week for a month, do you know that what would happen? Do you know how much that would be? You would generate in that month with 15 people, with 15 people, you would generate $3,000. Wait, but we got to do the math. If it's times 50, okay, so let's just do this because I just want to make sure I'm not making something up. So let's go 15 times 50, $50. This is on a Saturday, or a Friday. I mean, you could do whatever you want, right? 15 times 50 equals, okay, so that's 750. That's $750 a week. $750 a week. And then, what do we got to do now? We got to times that by 4. So it'd be 4 times 750. Yep. That equals 3,000. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Oh man, you gotta be kidding. What? $3,000? $3,000. You're kidding. For $50. They pay per session. That's like dinner and a movie. People go watch trash movies that just mess up their head and they eat trash food. And then it's like, or maybe they're eating good food and watching a good movie, but it's a dinner and a movie. Every week, people have money. They have $50. And this is only 15 people. But if that's too much, $50 and 15 people, let's go back here to $15 and $25. You're still looking at $1,500 a month for teaching them one time a week for 4 weeks in a month. So you know what that means? You know what that means right here? What if you did this for 2 months? You're kidding. 2 months. That's $6,000. What if you did this for 3 months? A 12-week program. What if this is a 12-week program and they paid you $50 for each session? You're looking at $9,000. Oh, man. Are you serious? I don't know if you get this or not, but the math is crazy doable. 15 people. And we're at $50. Man, you want $9,000 in 3 months? In 3 months, you could earn $9,000, $3,000 a month. I don't know about you, but that, wait, let's talk about this. Wait a minute. This is 1 2-hour coaching a week. 1 2-hour training a week. 15 people, $25 for 2-hour training. You got to be kidding. $1,500 a month, or if you bumped it up to $50, it's $3,000 a month. And look at this. We have low number of people and we have low dollar amount. That should fit you. 15 people at $25 once a week for 2 hours. So what are we saying here? For 8 hours of training that you're going to deliver, for 8 hours a month, you're going to bring in $1,500. Wait a minute. Let me do that. $1,500 divided by 8 equals $187 an hour. Wait, that's over the 150 I told you. That's over. I told you you could make $150 an hour. And in this one little tiny example, I'm already over $150 an hour. And we're at 15 people at $25. I don't know why people are struggling with money. Oh, I do know. Because they're stuck in the old way of thinking. They're stuck in the old way of thinking. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the old way of thinking here. Where is it? Oh, let's go back to this. Yep. Here's the old way of thinking. Don't use your mind. Oh, yeah. That's woo-woo. Yeah. You just got to work hard. Get a job. Work lots of hours. Yeah. Work 40 hours. You got to work 40 hours because that's what you were raised with. You have to work 40 hours to get your paycheck. 40 hours. 40 hours. You have to work 40 hours. That'll get you where you want to go. Yeah. And then over here, for sure, man, you got to don't do your mindset. Don't worry about people skills. But yeah, get an education so you can work 40 hours a week. And that'll change your life. Okay, what am I suggesting? I'm suggesting this. I'm suggesting you deliver content for 8 hours a month at $50 for only 15 people and bring in $3,000. You could do this as a side job. You could keep your job if you want. You could keep the job you have and then just do this on Saturdays. That gets you $1,500 for $25 a person. I'm sorry. I'm still here for a second. I'm just like, what? It's like, what? I know. I try to show people. I'm like, you want to think differently. Come on, think differently. Please think differently. But wait, you would never do this because you still think you're dumb. You still think that you don't know anything. You still think that Your mistakes made you dumb. But I'm here to tell you, your mistakes are valuable. Your mistakes are so worth it to somebody else. You could teach them your mistakes and they would pay you $25. 15 people. And you talk about the things that have turned out well. You got a gold mine sitting here of wisdom. But no, you know what happens to people is they get so focused on everything they've done wrong and everything they don't have, and so they feel stupid. And then they won't go teach people because they think they're stupid. And so then they think they're stupid, and so then they're also struggling with money and time, which then causes stress on the family, which then causes all kinds of issues because you don't have money to pay for your bills and the car's broke and you wish you could go do something and you can't. And what I'm showing you is 15 people at $25. 4 times a month for 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month of delivery time. There's prep time, but there's delivery time. And you're at $1,500. If you bump up to 50, you're at 3,000. And we could keep going. I could change this to 100. And then you're not going to believe me anymore. If I start raising the numbers, you're going to go, wait, whoa, that's too big, Kirk. It's too big. Do I dare? Let's just consider my arrow got stuck underneath here. Hold on. I can't get my arrow out. Give me my arrow back. There we go. Okay. So what happens? Let's like double this to 100. 15 people pay $100 a week because now you like got some really good content and you're blowing their mind and they're just like, this is so worth it. 15 people, $100 per person. That would put this at $1,500. So then now we do that 4 times a month. 4 times 1,500. I have to do this. So wait, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to put that there. So you got to watch this. This is ridiculous. Okay, so this is now at 100, right? We're at 100 per person. It's only 15 people. I'm going to do 4 times now because it's 100 people times 15. Do I need to put that one out there too? Okay, hold on. I know I'm taking a minute on this, but if you don't see this, it's not going to make sense to you how you can make making at least $150 an hour. You're not going to see it. Okay, so let's go 100. Now it's not all about money, but I'm going to say you can have your groceries paid for, and you could get your loans paid off, and you're doing something you love. Oh, don't worry, I got lots to teach you. We're not done yet. We're not done. But this is a big one. If you can see this, and you could go, wow, if I had money, I could help people. I could help my kids. I could help our family. We could get that loan paid off. We could get out of debt. Don't you want to be out of debt? Be self-sufficient? Don't you want to be self-sufficient? If you really want to get yourself moving forward, you want to be in charge of your own income. If you really want to be self-sufficient at a fast pace, be in charge of your income. Okay, so 15 people times $100, and that's 1 week is $1,500. 4 times $1,500. Do you see where this is going? Did you already do the math? I bet you did, because I'm kind of poking along here slow. So I'm trying to push the buttons right here on this computer. And okay, whoa, stay there. 4 times 1,500 is, you got to be kidding. You have got to be kidding. What? Are you serious? Oh, man. Now remember, this is 15 people. If you see that number, it's $6,000 a month. What? You're kidding. You're kidding. $6,000 a month. That's 15 people at $100 each Saturday. If you had 15 people pay you $100 each Saturday for coaching them, a group coaching of 15 people, you at the end of the month would have $6,000. Even if you just did this 1 month, 15 people, $6,000. I don't know what you would do with $6,000. I know what I would do. Do you know what you would do with $6,000? So I play with this math just to open your mind. Hopefully to kind of expand your mind of the possibilities of what you could do to help you, to help them. Everybody wins. It's only $100 per person. And you're helping them get through the wall, get unstuck, helping them get unlocked from their past. And you generate $6,000 in a month. And if you wanted to do it every other month or once every 3 months, you would have $6,000. But your money problems are because of your thinking, not because of your job. Employers who have jobs, they're awesome. Super awesome. I'm an employer. Jobs are awesome. The next level up is entrepreneurship. And it requires a different thinking. Different thinking. Thinking like $15 times 25 people. No, 15 people times $25. It's just different thinking. But notice how we're working with small numbers. And look how big the number gets. Look how big it gets. Is that crazy or what? Okay, I'm done with this screen. Give me a wahoo if anything here grabbed you. Just like, yeah, whoa, I want $6,000. And it's not we're doing this for the money. It's just like, notice what comes back. This is what comes back to you if you're organized and trained. It comes back. It's a thank you note. To me, every dollar is a thank you note to say, hey, this is exactly what I needed. Thank you. Okay, so I have an equation down here at the bottom. So here's my equation. A little cost times a bunch of people equals a lot. $25 times 15 people, 2 times a month, 4 times a month. This is small dollars, but with a bunch of people. And it's 15. What if you had 20? What if you had 50? What if you had 100? The math gets crazy. I mean, we could easily put you over $10,000 a month. How? If you can, at $100 a week, if we bump this up to 30 people, you would be making $12,000 a month. If you worked with 30 people and they each paid $100 for each Friday, or each Saturday, 30 people times $100 each week for 4 weeks, at the end of the month, you would have generated $12,000. That's at 30 people. Let's bump it to 60. You would be at $24,000 for that month. Let's bump it up to 120 people who paid $100. 120 people pay $100. You're into getting close to $50,000 in 1 month. In 1 month. At 120 people. Who pay you $100 a week for 4 weeks. Let me just tell you this. If you could gather 120 people to pay $100 each week for 4 weeks, just a 1 month coaching program, you would generate $48,000 in 1 month. What would you do with $48,000? Some people don't make $48,000 in a year. In a year. What if you did that coaching, that 1 month coaching program 2 times in 1 year? You would make $96,000. What if you did it once a quarter? What if you did that coaching once a quarter with 120 people? 120 people. and you did this coaching once a quarter, one time out of every 3 months, so that's $48,000 for each one of those, times 4 equals, you would make $192,000. You would work. Oh, okay. I know it blows your mind, but we started out with $25 at 15 people. If you can believe this, if you can believe that you're worth, what you know is worth $25, if you could believe that enough that 15 people said yes, you're on your way to over $100,000 a year in income. You're on your way, because this is how I think. This is how I process. This is, if I can help a bunch of people at a small price, even $100 is a small price when it comes to coaching. $100 a week for 2 hours of coaching. The math is crazy, but you got to believe that you're worth $25 for 2 hours of your wisdom. That's $12.50 an hour. Are you worth minimum wage? And you're the teacher? If you believe that you're worth minimum wage as somebody who could teach, then you could do this. And if you can do this, you could do it 2 times a month. You could do it 4 times a month. You could help a lot of people and be very well compensated. That's like you're stolen. Compensated. And you will be able to pay off all your loans, be able to fix everything you need to get fixed, and be able to be more prepared than where you are right now, and be self-sufficient. It's crazy cool. And you're not ripping people off. You're helping people. Crazy, huh? Wow. Okay, moving on. So you could build a program. You could have 5 appointments. You could have 4 appointments, but I'm going to go with, let's go with 4 appointments. Well, you could change appointments, number of minutes, number of appointment, how often you meet, the training. You could do web conferencing. So you could build a program. And that's what this screenshot's all about, is you could build a program. And there's so many different ways to build a program, and I know how to do that. I can help you. I can help you know what to teach, the order of what to teach, and you could generate anywhere between $750 a month to $48,000 in a month if you believe you're worth $100 for 2 hours of coaching. If you believed you're worth $100. Not very many people believe that they're worth $100 or $25. So that's the challenge. It's mindset. So of course, what would make a difference is to get trained, get organized, build your confidence, help you get motivated. That's a big part of it. And so, you moving forward, you're the thing that needs to get organized, right? And so as I go forward to show you this, I hope that what I'm going to teach you now is going to help you. I already covered this in that last screenshot. It was better than what I just showed there. So who's your client? That's the next question I get, is like, well, who am I supposed to help? Well, it could be any of these people. There's lots of people in the world, lots of people. And all the big global trainers can't get to all of them. And the big global trainers don't, attract everybody. We need somebody like you and your personality out there. So how do you figure out who you would coach? Okay, well, the first question that they say you should do they say, is that you should figure out who you want to work with. Who is your client? And these are great questions to be able to find out who you would want to work with. Do you know what they want, what they struggle with, what they worry about, know their fears, what kind of emotions they wrestle with? Do you know how they think, what their dreams are, what their goals are, what motivates them, what breaks their heart? These are good questions to ponder on, to be able to start to understand who this person is, male or female, because it causes you to start thinking about them. But I've learned over the years, it's not really the final answer. What I've learned is that this is a first question, but it's not the last question. So what I find is that these questions about what I want, what I struggle with, what I worry about, and what about myself, I didn't realize that the more I understand myself, the more I'm going to understand who I'm going to work with. Because I'm most likely going to attract to me people like me, similar to who I am. For example, you're on this webinar with me. And guess what? That means you and I have a lot in common. And the way you know what that means? It means that what I'm doing, you can do. I know. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa, Kirk, what did you just do? Okay, so if I want to find out who the best kind of person for me to work with is, I need to find out what I want, where I'm going, what I wrestle with, what are my struggles, because that's the kind of person that's going to show up, is somebody like me. So if I know me, I could help you because you showed up. Like attracts like. And so if the more I know about myself and what I can do and how I can do things and what stops me and what I worry about and what gets in my head, I now know you because I know me because you showed up, and like attracts like. And so you're here and it's like, oh, I know who you are. You're similar to me, which means you and I have similar fears. We have similar anxieties. We have similar worries. We also have similar potential. We also have similar ideas of where to go and what to do and how to serve people. And so that's why I could do a good job working with you, is because I know me. And that means I know and understand you. And if I could teach you what I've done to help me, you could do what I do. Boy, that was that was kind of like crazy for a second, wasn't it? But doesn't that make sense? Like attracts like. So if I want to know who the best person for me to work with is, it's me. It's people who are similar to me. And so the more I get to understand me through these questions, the more I dial in on you. And then if I ever wonder, what should I teach you? Well, I should teach you what helped me. That's simple, really easy. I'm going to teach you what I did, because you and I are similar, because like attracts like. And if I teach you what I've done and what I've found that works and what doesn't work, you will move faster than I did, because I took a long time. You don't have to. You can be faster than me, just like a lot of my clients are way far ahead of me. I love it. They totally caught up and just taken right off. It's awesome. But like attracts like. So if anybody ever tells you you have to come up with a client profile, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a profile on yourself, because your client is going to be like you in so many ways. Not exactly, but really close. Like attracts like. If you don't know you, you're not going to have any idea who your client is, because this is called coaching, life coaching. And you're going to be pulling from your life experiences. Boy, I tell you what, right here, I just saved you about 2 years of struggle and about $4,000 in cost getting to this particular point I just shared with you. This is so powerful. When I learned this, game changer, like attracts like. Know who you are, because that's who's coming. And if you can work on you and you know what worked for you, you will know what works for them. If I ever want to help somebody, I ask myself, what worked for me? Because if it worked for me and I'm talking to this person, it's going to work for them. Whatever worked for me is going to work for them. So good. It is so good. Oh, it's like, it's so simple. It's powerful. Okay. I got to move on here because I got more to show you here. How are you doing? You doing good? Got to tell me, jump in the chat box. You still here? Did you finish your breakfast? And if you left, tell me that you left. You can't do that because you're already gone. But if you're still here, I got some juicy things for you here next. Are you game for this? You still got room on your paper? Okay, let's go. Okay, next, how do you help others solve problems? Well, I hope I answered the question of like, how do you earn $150 an hour? You help people, you teach people. Right? And I went through that whole thing with you, the math. Oh, so good. Oh, so much potential in such a short time. Such a short time. Okay, next. Okay, this one is about, number 3 is about how do you help others solve problems? Okay, so this could stir up like 100 questions. So I'm going to just walk through it slowly. You learn, you take notes, watch. And I can't go into the deep parts about this, but it's going to be enough to make you go, wow. Okay, here we go. Okay, so when it comes to problems, I like to think of it as I need to approach this as simple as possible so I can solve this. No matter what somebody tells me, whatever their problem is, my first questions I ask myself while I'm listening to them is it an inside problem or is this an outside problem? That's what I want to know. Is it inside or outside? Is it something going on in their head? Is it something going on inside their head or in their heart? Is that what the problem really is? Or is it on the outside? And when I say the outside, I mean, is it people? Is it money? Is it time? Is it things are chaotic? Is it their health, their food, their fitness? Like what is their challenge on the outside? So I need to divide this up and to go, okay, am I going to be helping this person on the inside of them or am I going to be helping them on the outside of them? So that helps me know where I'm going with the advice and the training that I'm going to give them. And maybe it's a little bit of both, but all problems I find fit in 2 categories. It's either inside them or outside them. Now, if you know much about personal development, you know that our inside causes outside problems. And you also know that our inside can cause outside success. So when I say inside, I say the way you think and the way you feel affects the way you perform, which then affects your outside. Okay, so how I do this is I go, okay, is this inside or outside? And if it's on the outside, well, we need to go through a series of questions to find what's going on in this. What's happening? So I got to ask some questions like what's happening, right? If it's on the inside, okay, well, if it's on the inside, I need to ask myself, what are they lacking? Are they lacking education? Are they lacking skill? Are they lacking awareness? Are they lacking self-control? Where is it on the inside that they lack? Something happened. Something happened. So there's still only 2 problems. It's either an inside issue or it's an outside issue that I need to focus on. Now, usually this person will exaggerate the problem. I know that, and write this down. You want to write this down. Every problem is exaggerated. Anytime I hear somebody share a problem with me, I know it is exaggerated. It is not completely factual. There's facts left out and there's been facts added, which exaggerates it. It's distorted. I guess that's another way to say that any problem that I ever hear somebody say, I know has distortions. And it's my job to get to the facts. I need to fact check this problem. I know that sounds weird because of what's been going on in social media, but I just have to say, you want to fact check a problem, not just take it for what it is. You want to get down to the actual facts. So I know that there's two problems. It's either inside or outside. I do know that their inside did have influence on the outside problem. I know it did. Every person is part of the problem. If there is a problem they're facing, they're part of it. Some part, they are part of that problem. Okay, so we all know that there's common categories on the outside. So this, I'm setting you up here for what I'm going to teach you. So this is just the beginning of the teaching. This is awareness training right now. So there's inside, outside problems. And if you are familiar with personal development, self-improvement, we all know that in personal development and self-improvement, that it is our behavior that contributes to outside issues. It's not just the other people. It's not just time. It's not just money. It's not just the chaos. It's not just health and food and fitness issues. There's something going on inside that also needs to be upgraded or fixed. Okay, that's when there's a problem. So there's two problems, inside or outside. And sooner or later, the inside and the outside are connected. So when I coach, I know I need to address outside stuff and inside stuff. I watch too many inexperienced coaches only talk about the outside. They don't talk about anything on the inside. And that doesn't fix the problem. Because if we keep the same behavior that got us into that problem, then that means we are going to keep having that problem. That's what that means. The same thinking that got you into the problem is still there. It's still there. So being a great coach, a phenomenal coach, you would want to be the kind of person who says, hey, you know what? Let's tackle this challenge that you're having on the outside, and we're going to come back and see what's going on the inside. Boy, if you're a coach like that, wow, you're going to do good. And people will pay you $100 every Saturday to have you coach them. They will. So yes, we'll address the outside by breaking down the issue of what happened, but we got to get to facts. Then we're going to come back inside and see how you contributed to the problem. Are you with me so far? So yes, there's an outside problem. You break it down to the facts. And I'll show you some questions here in just a moment of how to break that down. But then you need to come inside and see what's going on in the person and how they contributed to this particular challenge. Okay, next. I mentioned how there's exaggerations. So down here, this is just another awareness piece. And then the next screen is the problem solving screen. So this is another awareness piece. So there is a problem, but the problem has facts and it has a whole pile of emotion on top of it. When that emotion gets involved with the facts about the problem, the issue, it gets exaggerated, twisted, inflated, and exaggerated. The higher the emotion goes, the more twisted, the more inflated, the more exaggerated the actual problem is. The longer the emotions or the amount of emotions will twist, inflate, and exaggerate. So if this has been a problem, an issue for 5 years, it's twisted, it's inflated, it's exaggerated. So I don't do this to judge people. I just do this so I don't get deceived by people's emotional states as they try to tell me the issue. So when somebody tells me the issue, this is what I see. There's a small part of this that's factual. There's a large portion of it that's emotional. And so it's twisted, it's inflated, exaggerated. I cannot believe what I'm hearing at the very beginning of this, because I'm going to pull the story apart. And as a coach, this is something you want to get really good at, is you want to pull the story apart. Don't take the issue as is, because they're acting like they're only talking about the facts. That's what they think. The person expressing the problem is saying, this is what happened, and this is what's going on, and this is how it's going down. And they think that that's factual. But you today are learning that the real truth is that it's been exaggerated. And they've got emotions in there, because we are emotional people and the emotions are in there. So factual with a bunch of emotion on top of it, twisted, inflated, exaggerated. Do not hear a story and immediately believe it. You have to pull the story apart. If you're going to be a fantastic life coach, you have to pull the story apart. That means when you hear the problem, whatever the problem is, whatever it was, however big it is, however complex it is, you take notes on the story, because you're going to investigate the story. You're going to pull the story apart. A life coach does not assume that what people say is the full story. Pieces are left out and pieces have been added because of the emotional content and because of the limited view that human being has. Everybody has a limitation of what they see, what they feel, and what they hear. And that limitation creates the exaggeration, the twisted, and the inflated. And so as a coach, as a mom, as a dad, as a spouse, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a neighbor, hear the story, hear the issue, but just know there's something up with it. And if you can't have time, you don't have time to pull it apart, well, then you're going to have to just go with what you got, but don't follow it 100%, because that's not the full story. If you think it's the full story, you are going to be terrible as a life coach. You're going to be an accomplice in their drama stories. You will. Okay. All right. So that was an awareness piece. Good awareness, right? Okay. Here's how you pull a story apart. As a coach, this is what I've learned. Now, this is, of course, not everything I know about this, because I'm limited on time, but I want to show you this. So I pull a story apart into its components. I want to know, I'm probably going to add a couple of things here too. Okay, so a story that has a problem. This is the problem. There's components to the problem. So, of course, the first question is, what happened? And you want to get all the details. Get it all written down. Anytime you want to solve a problem, you have to write down the details that the person tells you. If you don't write down the details, you won't see the missing parts. You won't see the exaggeration. You won't see it, because you're going to go back and fact check everything they told you and get clear on all the details. So I like to get the details of what happened. And then I like to ask, what did they do? If there is a they, somebody else, what did they do? Or what did they not do? So I listen to their story of what they are going to say about them. And I write down all those details. Now I know that it's exaggerated. It's twisted. It's inflated. I know it. So people usually make stories out to benefit them, not to actually solve the problem. Anyway, Okay, so what happened? What did they do? What did they not do? Again, I'm going to write down the details, because if I don't write down the details, I'm not catching everything. Then I ask, what did you want to have happen? What did you wish would happen? So there's what happened, what did they do, what did they not do, and then what did you want? Because I want to get clear about where we're going in solving this problem. What was the expected outcome? What was the wish? What was the desired result? I got to know where they're going. Then I come back and I go, okay, what did you do that was part of this problem? Or what did you not do that was part of this problem? Or what was working in this situation, or what was not working in this situation about this person, their contribution to the issue? So I want to find out their point of view about themselves. And then I ask them, so what were you thinking through this whole thing? What was going through your mind? Now, the whole time I'm doing this, I know that this is going on, that there's some exaggeration that's going on. My job is to reduce the exaggeration, reduce the inflated, reduce the twisted, and get down into facts. I need to keep asking questions until we get to the facts of what happened. And I have to ask questions. And then I go through and then I say, okay, let me tell you what I'm hearing. And then I go back and I tell them what I wrote down. So what you said was, is this true? So I'm going to write that out for you. So I ask him, so what you said was, is this true? And then I ask, is there anything else I should know about this? Again, I'm fact checking and I'm reducing the exaggeration, the emotional charge. Like I said before, I'm reducing this because it's guaranteed it's inflated. Guaranteed. So I'm going through, I'm pulling the story apart into details. Now I'm going back and I'm fact checking each one of the components of this story. After I ask these questions then about each individual piece of information that I got, then I ask this person who I'm talking to, and I ask them this question. What do you think you should do now? So I'm not going to throw in my advice yet. Did you hear that? I am not getting in the middle of this problem. I do not have an opinion about them. I do not have an opinion about them. I am here to coach. So my question is, what do you think you should do now? Now, they're going to say, I don't know. But they do know. They know something. Because I'll repeat to them, so this is what you wanted, right? Yeah. Well, now that we got down to what really happened, what do you think you should do now? Or what do you think should happen? So I let them go inside themselves to bring these answers up because they know what they wanted, but it didn't happen. So because they know what they want, and I'll refer back to this and say, now this is what you want, right? Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, well, what do you think should happen? Now, this person most likely is going to hold back these answers. But I'll tell you right now, 90% of the time, The answers to solve this problem is inside them. It's inside them. Maybe I do have some advice I could give, but my advice does not come out until they share what they know. If I throw my advice in here, they did not have to get back to the fact that they know what needs to be done to make this work. But I want to empower them, not make them dependent on me. And this is where a lot of coaches mess up. Coaches jump into giving advice way too fast. Way too fast. You want to just rake through this problem to get to the real details of what was going on, refer to the very thing that they want, and then ask them these questions, because you want to empower them to use their own mind to search for the solution, because that's what coaches do, is they cause people to be empowered. I'm coaching them through the dissection of the problem, but I'm going to help them find it. And after like 15, 20 minutes, they still don't know. They really don't know. Like, you finally got to the point like, okay, they don't know. Then I could offer some thoughts. I could offer some thoughts at this point, and then we collaborate on where they could find the answer. So only after I do this part do I then I offer my view, and then we can brainstorm We brainstorm. And then the person will choose from what they came up with, or what I shared, or what we came up with together. And then they take action on that. And that's how you solve a problem. I don't fix people. I don't save people. I empower them first. First, I empower them to get to the facts. That's what people today have a real issue with, is they don't get down to what really happened. People today, and you're going to see it, and you probably do this too, people today try to solve the problem while it's exaggerated. And that's why it can't be fixed, because it's exaggerated. You can't fix an exaggerated problem because you're working on the wrong thing. That's the wrong piece. That's why I don't jump on that anymore. It's like, no, I don't jump into all of a sudden give my advice too fast. I hear the problem, and then I know I need to go through the questions, and I need to dissect the issue. And so I can learn and hear what all the details are. And so as the details come out, I need to check them. Then I remind them of this. Then I start to see what they know. Because if they know what they want, they have ideas of what to do. And that's usually where the problem happened. They know what they want, but they did not communicate it well with others around them, which caused the problem. Okay. Oh, that got deep there a little bit, but I hope this makes sense. If this made sense a tiny bit, will you put a message in the chat box for me just so I can see that it didn't like fly over your head? Now I'm taking, 16 years of my experience and throwing it into a diagram right here. There's some practice with this. And of course, there's some nuances with this. And there's other components to this that definitely would raise your skill level in being able to do this. Oh, did I spell that wrong? You know what you got to love is that you don't have to spell right to change people's lives. So funny. Okay, but I love this. And this whole process right here, this whole thing is to help so that you can dissect what's going on, so you can really get to what happened. The challenge with human beings today is they're not responsible and they're not accountable. And that's what you're doing, is you're helping the person become responsible and accountable to what really did happen. Most people are living an exaggerated life, a twisted life, an inflated life. And that's why they can't fix their problems, because they don't know what actually really happened. Because it's okay to just blow up with emotion. It's okay to just blow up and have a massive off the chart opinion about stuff. And so we never really know what the real problem is with the person or what really happened. This is so good. I could talk to you for days on this. And I'd love to answer like 100 questions on this too. Because I know this is really makes a difference, because people live an exaggerated life. They live an inflated, twisted life, and they don't know what the real problem is, so they can't fix it. So the problem continues. It continues. The issue continues. And then nobody knows how to help them, and they don't know how to help themselves because it's inflated. I guess after coaching people for 16 years, I got really tired of believing people's stories and then later finding out what's really true. I felt like a fool. I really felt like a fool that I fell for it, that I actually believed their story the way that they told it. And I've learned people need help getting down to the truth. It's what they need help with. They need help getting to the truth. And they also need help in being responsible and accountable for what they did. Wow. That's why I love what I do, because it helps people become better, accountable, responsible, and truth tellers. Boy, if we could have more people who were accountable, responsible, and truth tellers, whoa, would we do good, right? We would do so good. So good. So I hope that was valuable to you in me taking time to share that with you. I hope so. So yeah, you working with me or working with us, as a company, we could move you forward in a big way. So I put here at the bottom a bonus training. Let me show you something here before we go. Here's a little sneak peek to something that I love to teach on. And I know your head's full. You're taking lots of notes, but let me just show you this really quick. As a coach, I like to be a balanced coach. I like to coach people on being empowered for their future. And I also coach on how to reconcile their past. That is balanced coaching. Some coaches, they lean really heavy on this side. Other coaches, they lean really heavy on this side. So I know what I like to do. I like to be a balanced coach. I like to work on behavioral aspects of the person. And I also like to work on the direction that the person is going. I like both sides, both. Because I feel like every person needs to know that, and they get to know that, how to balance their past and how to be balanced with where they're going. And so this right here to me is what I strive for in every coaching session I have with an individual or with a group, is to remind the person that they have two sides to them that come together to create who they are today. How they see where they're going and how they see where they've been. That creates the self-image. And if they hate their past, well, then there's a part of themselves that they hate. If they're scared of the future, well, then they have scared of what they can't do inside them. So I like to help a person become balanced in both places so that they can perform better. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. So I love this because I'm going to just encourage you. I'm going to encourage you to learn techniques and learn modalities that can help another person reconcile and let go of the issues of the past, and also learn techniques and modalities of how to empower the mind and emotions to see the future as something incredible and something doable. So this is my bonus training to share with you, is to do the work to learn both. Now, you want to do that, you want to learn this, man, I'm a great resource. I've been doing this for 16 years. I can teach you both sides of the scale so that you could be a balanced coach. Now, if you already are coaching, I'm sure you've learned a lot. Maybe you're a little out of balance where you lean one way or you lean the other way a little bit more than the other one. Or maybe you only know a little bit on both. But I could teach you, I could train you on how to do both sides more confidently. Because if you're confident, you could ask for $50 a person and generate that $3,000 a month. Or you could get up to that $100 per person and you could be at $6,000 a month. Or maybe you want to go for the $48,000. I know how to do that. I've been doing that for 16 years. I could help you get all your loans paid off. I could help you have enough money to get all your appliances repaired. And that new couch you wanted, you'll have money to get that new couch. And guess what? You're working from home and you don't have to travel. You don't have to commute. And the costs of running a life coach business is so tiny. I can teach you how to do this. So up front as a coach, you're doing the right thing. I want to train you on how to do this in a great way, because that's what I'm doing now. Where I used to teach 14 different classes, actually 17 different classes, I've narrowed down my attention to two different programs that I just am pouring all of my attention in. But here's the challenge though. The challenge is you might not even still believe you could do this. Who am I to help other people, Kirk? I'm still messed up. I'm broke. I'm overweight. I can't do anything. I can't get my to-do list done. I get it. I totally get it. I understand. But the question is, why did you get on this email? You're curious. Get on this webinar. I know you're curious, but I know that there's something stirring inside you. There's a lot of challenges in the world. There's a lot of kids who are struggling. Moms, women that are struggling, dads, men that are struggling, and they don't know who to talk to. I know right now that there are thousands of people you can help. There are thousands. If I found my thousands of people to work with, you can find your thousands of people to work with. There's a lot of people to help. And so I believe inside you, there is a desire to get involved and to help. You just might not know how to do this. So if you want, I can help you. And if you still are in the doubt zone, I could move you to the embrace it zone to be more confident and calm about doing something like this, to make a big change in your life, your family, your future. Coaching is going to always be needed. Always. It has never gone away. It's always needed. But if you're over here in the doubt yourself zone, that's hard. It's hard. That's hard. I get it. I've been there. But I do know if you want to move from that place to be able to be in a better place, I know what it takes. Right here in the middle, I know exactly what it takes. What it takes is training. You get to have a coach. It takes training. If you had training and the right kind of education about how to do this, and had that constant support week after week after week, you would develop the skill to coach and teach so fast. So this is my mission, in purpose is this blue square right here, is to get you from here to there, and to get you from whatever your income is at to that $6,000 a month with 15 people. It's 15 people. It's not hundreds of people. It's a very small number of people and a very small price. We could move you to here so you could live your purpose, live your mission in your life, and you could also take care of your needs and most likely a bunch of other people's needs. But we need to do the blue square. It's right here. Training, education, practice, repetition, and also the bottom one, correction. You don't know what you're doing wrong. You don't know what you need to fine tune. I'll tell you what to correct. I'm not going to let you move forward and continue making the same mistakes over and over again. I'll help you. I'll show you what to correct so you can do better, because you don't want to feel like a fool. You don't want to feel like you're outdated. I can help you with the blue square right there in the middle. The cool part is I think about this all the time. How can I move you from where you're at to where you really, really want to be? How can I get you there? How can I move you there so that you can do what you love to do? Well, that means I got to build some bridges. I got to get some bridges built here and go, okay, we got to first get you organized, right? Well, we all love to be organized. Got to get organized. Then the next part is learn skills. Then the next part is take action. And then, of course, this last one is to be serving people. So I do know how to build the bridges so you can move across each one of these steps, and so that you can reach the type of skill, the type of confidence, the type of service to others that you've always wanted. I know how to do that. And I've been pouring my time and attention into this for the last couple of years. And I just got to tell you this. 2 years ago, I was praying. And as I was praying, I got a big answer that I did not like. And the big answer was, stop doing your seminars. You need to combine everything you teach into one program. I was like, what? I love teaching all these classes. I had 14 ongoing programs, always going. I just loved it. But God gave me an answer, and he said, you need to close these other classes down. They're all doing fantastic, but you need to stop. And I was very curious, because anytime God gives me a really big change like that, I got to listen. And the next part I said, well, why? What am I doing? And he says, I have some very important people I'm sending to you. I said, what am I going to do with them? He says, you're going to teach them. They've got to start teaching. I'm calling upon them, Kirk, and they've got to start teaching, but they don't know what to do. So I'm going to send them to you. I was like, okay, I'll get ready. And so over the last 2 years, I've been taking all the content from my 14 different classes that I was teaching, live seminars I was teaching. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in these classes. And I ended the classes, and then I started the class that I felt inspired to do. And the first thing I noticed is it helps people get organized. The next thing I noticed is it builds their belief. And the next thing I noticed is they began to trust themselves bigger than they've ever done before. Trust is a big deal. It's huge. You know that. It's a big deal. So the class, the program, the mission, the purpose is called the Kirk Duncan Mastermind. This is where I get a chance to teach and share what I've learned over the 16 years with these incredible people. Every week, I get to share. Every week, I get to show. Every week, I get to answer questions. Every week, I empower them. This is where I'm pouring all my attention, all my time is right here in this mastermind. Now, you don't have to have skill ahead of time. You don't have to already know how to coach. You don't have to know this. This starts from the very beginning because I got to show you how I think and how I look at things as a coach. And so just like what I've done here in this webinar, I've opened up your mind to see things in a different way, in a better way. The same thing will happen in the mastermind. And what's cool is you get to be around people who are on it. They're part of it. They are working. They are involved with fulfilling their own life mission. They're doing it. You know how you feel like you're not doing it? Well, part of success is to get around people who are doing it. They're actively engaged. They're actively engaged. They are doing it. And they support each other. They help each other. And we're all working together. We're all working together to really live our life purpose. So if you're sitting on the bench, watching the game of life go by, get off the bench. Get on the playing field. If you're hiding under the rock, get out from underneath the rock. You're a gift to the world. God created you to be a gift to the world. You are a gift to somebody else. You will bring to another person something that they've been looking for, and you are the gift deliverer. Get out from underneath that rock. Get off the bench. Get engaged. Get involved. Right? Oh, you've heard it before. You've felt it before. You've been nudged before. Right? I know it's the blue box, the training, the education, the correction. Maybe you don't like being corrected. Maybe you don't like that. Maybe you just want to do it yourself so nobody sees what you do wrong. Well, good luck. Spend the time, spend the money, spend the effort, make those mistakes. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to find misery everywhere. Or I can train you. I can save you time. I can save you energy. And I can help you earn that $6,000 a month or the $3,000 or the $1,500, whatever you want. Whatever you want. If you only want $750, or maybe you don't want any money, it's okay. I'll help you with your skills, your people skills, your coaching skills. You guys, the world is getting twisted and people's heads are getting messy. We have to be more skilled in how we're talking to people, or we can't get through their exaggerated mess in their head. So I'll coach you. I'll train you. And you better believe I'm going to help you in how to get through that exaggerated mess inside of them. So how long is the program? 18 weeks. That's a good amount of time to learn, to practice, to correct, and then to learn and practice and to correct. We need to go through correction to get it good. Because I want people to pay you $100 per appointment. I want 120 people to listen to you every week, and they all pay you $100 per appointment. That's $48,000 a month. That's so crazy. So I can train you. I know how to do this. I'm super excited to talk to you and to share this with you. You will get a massive return on your investment with this if you do what I tell you to do. But if you sit there and you don't do anything, I can't help you. So I'll teach you the process of coaching, right? I'll show you how to do this. You can be financially successful and feel great serving others without even leaving your home. You can. This is so amazing. I really feel like this is a gift from God to have technology, to have these kind of skills, to be able to help people and really change people's lives. So what do you do? If you're interested and you want to know the rest of the details, go to this, link, 3ke.2/book a call. You would type that in your search bar, and then it'll pop up for a page for you to be able to see. Or let me show you this right here. I can also put a button right here in front of you. It's super easy. Now, I don't know why, but my screen is all white. It's supposed to be so if you see a gold box at the top, that's supposed to say Mastermind in it. On mine, you can't see it because it has the white font. But here on the right-hand side of your screen, you see that green button. It says click here to book a call. That'll take you right to the page to take the next step if you want to be in the Mastermind, and I train you on how to do this. Coaching, build a program. I have a program I could give you that you could immediately start teaching and charging $25 per person. You could already this next month earn the $750, the $1,500, the $3,000 within the next 30 days. If you believe you're worth $25. So click the button on the right-hand side, click here to book a call. Now, is it going to be an investment to be in my mastermind? Of course. But because of the math I showed you today, in less than 2 months, you would have the tuition paid for. And now you're already getting a return on your investment. So my whole goal is to teach you a skill that will sustain you through all the chaos going on in the world. That way, no matter what happens, you can still take care of you and your family. That's what I care about. You can coach people and you can take care of yourself. 2 really important things to me. Change people's lives and help you and your family. So when you click the book a call button, you're going to go to this page right here. And this is an example. You're going to go to a page that's going to have a calendar. Choose one of the open spots. There's a little highlighted circle around each day that has an opening. And then choose one of those days. And then that will book a call. And then you will talk to one of my cool team members. And let me go back there just for a second. You'll talk to one of my team members, and then they will give you all the details about the mastermind. And you can ask them questions, and you can get clarification on how it works. That way, you can get every question answered before you make a decision if you want to join the mastermind, where I will teach you how to coach people, which these skills could be used with your family and on yourself. So this is kind of like a personal development program, but with an amazing twist on how to help other people. So I'm literally going to train you how to coach others, how to earn money doing it, over $150 an hour, and take care of your needs. I think it's a great package. So when you click the button, what happens is it'll take you to the calendar, choose your appointment, hold your appointment. And then when you decide you are in on this appointment, boom, you are right in. And welcome to the mastermind. We get to hang out. Everybody that's in the mastermind, we get to hang out together. How cool is that going to be? That is so awesome. That would be so cool. Now, for those of you who do register for the mastermind, after you register, I want to jump on a personal phone call with you. Yeah, you and me. I want to jump on a personal phone call and talk to you after you register for the mastermind. So you're in, then we get to talk. I want to meet you. I want to know you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you on the phone. How cool would that be? So maybe I can't come over to breakfast this morning, but we could jump on a call because I want to know where you're going. I want to help you. I do. I want to help you. That's what I'm here for, is to help you. So if you register from this webinar, then I'm going to add that bonus that I will personally call you and welcome you to the mastermind. And we will talk for a good hour, just you and me. I want to learn about you, where you're going, what you're up against, if there's something I could help you with. But I'll call you personally and talk to you for an hour. That would be really cool. I'd love to meet you. I think that'd be a great way to start off the mastermind, right? That'd be really cool. And then we get to stay connected for 18 weeks. That's like 4.5 months. It's like almost half a year. We get to stay connected. Can you imagine the good work we would do with that? Okay, so go to that link. Either type this in your phone or click the green button on the side and book that call so that you can get the details, so you can find out how it works. You get to find out how much it is, and then you find out the options, and then you can make your choice. And then if you do register, my team will tell me, and then they'll give me your phone number, and boom, I'm going to call you. That would be so fun. I just want to talk to you. It'd be so cool. Okay, so there's the calendar. You'll go to the calendar, choose the date. Lots of success stories. Oh my goodness, so many different kinds of successes. I got to tell you, here's some fun ones though. Look at this. I just did a new webinar today. This is one of the people in the mastermind. I just did a webinar based upon your training from 2 mastermind calls ago. I already had $6,800 in sales, and it's only 3:30. They are coaching people, and they're being compensated, and they can buy groceries, and they can pay off their loan, and they can fix their appliances, and they can do nice things, and they can help people with money. They could buy food for food storage. I mean, what can you do with $6,800? I just tracked my March income. I've made $10,000 or more income for 3 months in a row. What? Thank you, Kirk, for your generosity and providing anything and everything for us all to succeed. You guys, I pour everything I know into this mastermind. I've booked 19 stages in the past 3 weeks, something I've never thought possible. So I want to add your success to this because it's doable. Just imagine 15 people, $25. But you want to know how to get people through walls, how to get them unstuck, how to get them through people issues, and how to help them unlock from their past. I'll teach you. Been doing this for years, right? Okay, I love this one. I am now a published author, guest speaker. I currently have 68 students. Because of Kirk Duncan and 3 Kalens, I am now a published author, guest speaker on a podcast, or presenter at live events. I currently have 68 students that I train in 12-week mentoring program. All of this is possible because of skill set, mindset, and incredible tools offered through Kirk Duncan. I'm here to give it to you. Everything I know, I'm pouring into this mastermind. When you get in here, you're going to find out, wow, Kirk has completely opened up everything he's been doing. Yeah, it's time for you to get involved. That's what's going on. My team is here. I'm not just some guy sitting in a basement. I'm not. No, we've been around for 16 years, and I got a fantastic team who helps behind the scenes make all this work so smoothly. And they are going to take really good care of you. Good, solid group of people. I love each one of them. I could start crying, man. It's like they feel like their family, like my brothers and sisters, like we're all just hanging out in the same family. It's so cool. When you book your call, most likely you will talk to either Cody or you will talk to Wayne, Cody or Wayne, and they will be the ones to answer all your questions. And they run everything for me. They are fantastic. They're super good with details. They can answer like every question you have about the school program. So over on the right-hand side of your screen, I believe it's on the right-hand side, you can click the button and book your call now and have the call. So step in. I know you have a gift because I have one. I have a gift to understand people. So do you. You can solve issues for others because I do that. I know you can do that. You can find the problem and the solution for another person faster than common people. I know you have that ability because I have that ability. And like attracts like. So get involved. That's the piece. You need to step into it. Yeah, there's going to be an investment, but there's going to be a big return on your investment. Just think 15 people, $25, 15 people, $25. If you can think 15 people and you can think $25, you're on your way to 3,000, 1,500, 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 12,000, 24,000. It can happen. It's not difficult as long as you do what I show you what to do. Okay, our promise. We will respect every person that they may learn and take effective and efficient action steps at their own healthy pace. We do not push people. We invite. Give 100% focus to the learners to hear them clearly and serve them at the highest level possible. Inspire each person with the steps and techniques so that they can be independently successful. That is what we're here to do. That's what both Kim and I love about what we do, is that we have a promise and a mission. And we've been living it full on for 16, going on 17 years, and we're not stopping. We're here for the long haul. We're here to make an impact. As long as we're alive, we're making an impact. So I invite you to take a step, book the call, talk to Cody or Wayne, ask your questions, get all the details, and then hopefully you jump in, and then I'll call you. And if you registered today, I will call you tonight. If you register today, I'll call you tonight, or I'll call you tomorrow morning. And it's like, let's talk. Let's get you moving. I'd love to speak with you. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to be part of your world at a more personal level. This is real. This isn't just a job opportunity. This is real. This is people's lives. This is what you and I are meant to do. We're meant to help others in a big way. Not just help them feel good. No, we help them transform. That's what we're involved with. We help them feel lighter, stronger, and smarter. That's what you and I do. We're on the same team. Let's connect. I'd love to teach you. So either type this link in to your search bar, or go to the button over there on the right-hand side and click that button, and that will get you a call. With Cody or Wayne. And it's not pressure. They're just going to give you all the details, and then you need to go. Maybe you got to go pray about it. Good. Go pray. Go pray. Make sure you're on with this, but don't book a call just to, waste Cody and Wayne's time. Only book a call if you are really leaning towards this. And then remember the screen. Remember the screen here. I'm going to go back. Wait, I just got to go back. I know it's way far back here, but I'm going to go back. Boom, 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 boom. Where is it? Right. Oh, it's ways back here. Right there. These small numbers produce big numbers. All your financial challenges could be answered right here, but you have to do the work. I'm not giving you any big promises of like, this is guaranteed, because I don't know how lazy you are and I don't know how committed you are. But if you will do the simple steps and believe you're worth $25, you will put yourself on a path to an unbelievable lifestyle in what you get to wake up in the morning and do. And the cool part is I can accelerate that for you. That's the cool part, is I'm going to accelerate that, because I'm going to go back to this screen right here. I'm going to take this and teach you both what not to do, because I've made a lot of mistakes, and what to do. Cool, huh? All right, we got to go. Holy cow, it took a long time, but I just wanted to share that with you today. I hope you got some value from today in what you invested time with me. Would you please put in the chat box if you got value from me today. If you did, please say something nice, something good that tells me, Kirk, this was worth it. Or, yeah, this is amazing. I'm glad I got up. I'm glad I jumped on this webinar. Give me a comment about where this is at for you and how this worked for you and being on this webinar, because you and I just spent time together and I want to make sure that it was worth it for you. Because if it wasn't, well, then I need to adjust. I did not want to waste your time at all here today. But how cool it is to know that we can make a difference, right? All right, cool. Okay, gonna go. The button, I think, is still over there on the side. Let me just check on that. Yep, it's still over there on the side. Click that, book your call, talk to Cody and Wayne, take that next step. Awesome. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, man, I almost forgot. Scholarships. Wait a minute. Chat box. Now, this is not a scholarship for the Mastermind, but what I am going to give is a scholarship or 2 or 3 for my monthly subscription program called Master Your Influence. So I'm going to give a 6-month scholarship to Master Your Influence, which is a monthly training. It happens twice a month on the first and third Wednesday. It's 200. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? We're doing a special right now. Hold on just a second. So it's approximately $200 that what people are paying. It's not, that's like after the special, it's about $197 for this 6-month scholarship. So it's $197. So I'm going to give a couple of these scholarships to people who are still here right now in the chat box. So if I were you, right now, I would get in the chat box and say, pick me for this 6-month scholarship. If you already have a membership in our monthly program called Master Your Influence, if you already have one and you say, pick me, that gives you a scholarship that you can now gift to someone. So you can get one to gift another person, right? How cool would that be? That'd be so cool. Oh, whoops. I have to click clear to the end. Sorry. I guess there's another way I could do this to go clear to the end. Oh, wait. Sorry. Hold on. Right. Sorry. You're probably getting motion sickness from all my zooming. Okay. So just so you know, this is what I see about you accomplishing what your life purpose is. Okay, so with this. Okay, scholarship time. Okay, scholarship. Sheree Sandal. Sheree, Sheree Sandal. Sheree Sandal. You have yourself a scholarship to Master Influence 6-month membership. That's a $200. That's literally a $200 scholarship for that program, which now gives you 6 months of great training from me twice a month. And so how sweet is that, right? So Sheree, boom, you got it. So I got 2 more I'm going to give. So you got to put your name in and say, pick me. Okay. Well, I got to close my eyes and then I'm going to reach out. I'm going to touch my computer right there. And the person's name is Adam Christensen. Adam Christensen, you are a winner. Woohoo! You're a winner. You are a winner. Okay, so we got Adam Christensen and Sheree, that you both have that scholarship. How cool is that, right? So, sorry, more motion sickness here. I need to find a faster way to get to the back and forth here, right? Sorry. Right there. Okay, one more. Okay, close my eyes, reach out, touch the screen. Really, I am closing my eyes. And then I'm going to open my eyes. Greg. Oh, no, he didn't say Greg Lewis. Did you say? Oh, Jerry. Okay, I said Greg Lewis. Greg. Oh, you guys, the names just went by super fast. Greg Lewis. And I also Greg, I don't know if you wanted one, but I just said your name, so you're getting one. And I got one more because I was looking at this person too. Jerry Schinkel. Jerry Schinkel. Greg Lewis and Jerry Schinkel, you also get a Master Influence scholarship, and that's for 6 months. What? And if you can't be on the live training, don't worry. We record it and we save it for you in an archive library so you can have access to that library. Oh my goodness. How fun to give scholarships. You guys are awesome. This is so cool. Okay, so go book a call, talk to Cody or Wayne, and then if you're in, you're like, I want this. Boy, my team will tell me today, as long as there's appointments available today. But as soon as you register for the Mastermind, they're going to give me your phone number, and then you're going to get a message from me because I'm going to text you. I'm going to say, hey, can we talk? And then we're going to jump on a call. I want to talk to you. I want to meet you. So go book a call, jump in the Mastermind. Let's do this. And let's create a massive return on your return on investment. And let's change people's lives. Let's do that. Cool? All right. Thank you for showing up. You're beautiful. You're awesome. Thank you for what you stand for. And please hold your chin up. Keep your eyes open. And keep your emotions clear so you can stay focused on what really is important in this life today, in this world today. Yeah. People are where it's at. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.